to Ankara Arena here in Turkey for Basketball Champions League action between Türk Telekom and Lietkabelis. This is game day 10 of 14 within the regular season. Things are really starting to heat up for both these teams here this evening, and they'll be desperate to make it through to the postseason playoffs. The home team, Türk Telekom, they've had some huge performances this season and on their night can beat any other team in the Basketball Champions League. As for our visitors, Lietkabelis, to say they had a slow start is a bit of an understatement, but they've really picked things up in the Basketball Champions League of recent, and they're starting to put in some big performances as they fight for those playoff positions. Here's our schedule for game day 10 here in Group A. As you can see, Oostend with the upset yesterday, turning over table-topping Sassari. Our games here this evening, obviously, as well as Holon versus Torun and Manresa versus Strasbourg, will round out game day 10 in Group A of the Basketball Champions League. Remember, it's the top 4 teams from each of these 8-team groups that earn themselves a place in the playoffs. Türk Telekom, well, realistically, they're probably 2 more wins away from securing their place, whilst Lietkabelis may need to win every single game they have left to make their way through to the much wanted, much desired postseason. Here are our standings. As you can see, Sassari still sit top of the group. That may change at the end of this evening. Türk Telekom are in 3rd. And our visitors, Lietkabelis, currently sit in 5th. All could change, though. Everything could swing around after this evening's game in Group A. That's what makes the Basketball Champions League so tantalising, to say the least. So we're about to have the player introduction shortly as we get a look at Lietkabelis. Just moments away when that music starts playing. The players know that things are about to get serious for them. And Lietkabelis have made a change to their roster recently. They released Stefan Sinovets and they've signed former Latvian international Richards Kuksiks. He has experienced the BCL before. That was with Ventspils back in 2016-17, but what a roster you see before you. You imagine Željko Sakic will be huge again this evening. He's averaging just shy of 20.7 rebounds per game. Also keep your eyes on Thomas Dimscher. He has the ability to light up the scoreboard and put some serious points away pretty quickly. A real versatile offensive game he has. As for the home team, Türk Telekom, well, where do you start? What a roster they have. RJ Hunter, ability to set that scoreboard on fire. Nick Johnson is kind of the beating heart of this team, plays with so much passion. Also tough to really ignore that front court duo of Mustafa Fall and Carl Wiltshire. And they can dominate the paint, not just offensively, but defensively as well. Those two have caused issues up and down. Lietkabelis now being introduced to the crowd here in the arena. And as I said, they had a slow start. And if you were to say they turned a corner, you'd be understating it slightly. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, which is the same number of wins that they recorded in their previous 15 Basketball Champions League games. A lot of their game based on tough defense. In fact, only Türk Telekom have a better defensive record in Group A. This game should be a lot closer than that reverse fixture would suggest. Türk Telekom won that by 14 points, but Lietkabelis are far improved from that prior game. As we now have the home team being introduced to the crowd as the stands start to fill up here in the Ankara Arena. They want to get back to winning ways, though. Their last game of 2019 in the Basketball Champions League was a loss to Sassari. However, they have been very impressive in the Basketball Champions League so far this season, but they're not without their weaknesses. Stats suggest that maybe they don't pressure the ball very well. They forced the lowest number of turnovers from opponents in the entire Basketball Champions League, just 9.8 per game. Potentially, this explains also why they only score less than 10 points per game in the fast break. That situation might very well help some of the veteran players on Lietkabelis, the likes of Sakic and their new signing Kuksiks, to be active for the entire 40 minutes if they're not going to be under the pressure that maybe they would be from other teams. But There's no two ways about this. You can look at the game any way you want. Türk Telekom enter the game as favourites, but maybe not as favourites as they would have been prior to Christmas, as Lietkabelis have really started to motor now, starting to find some form, made a couple of roster changes that seem to be paying some dividends for them, particularly in the Basketball Champions League as well as domestically. That man there's Jelko Sakic. What a phenom he has been this season internationally in this European competition. But he's got his hands full this evening, going up against an absolute wealth of talent from Türk Telekom. And you look at that roster, it's tough to say who you're going to pick out really on the Türk Telekom side of things. Here are our officials for this evening. So it's Boris Krejcik, Erez Guyon, and Zdravko Rutisic. They're from Slovenia, Israel, and Montenegro, respectively. They'll be making sure everything is above board. Looking very smart prior to tip-off. But it's going to be an interesting game. Both of these teams will have the playoffs as a minimum standard. And the way Türk Telekom have played, you have a feeling maybe the Final Four might be the minimum standard that they're going to ask for this season. Here's your starting five for Lietkabelis. It's Sakic, Lipkevicius, Sejus, Dimša, and Valinskas. That's Paulius Valinskas, not Marius. Coach Chanak there in his second season with Lietkabelis, and he'll be pleased that his team have been able to turn around that poor early form and started showing some of their potential now, but he'll know that the pressure is here, that they really can't afford to leave any of these midweek Basketball Champions League games without the win in the kit bag. Here's the home team starting five: Nick Johnson, RJ Hunter, Mustafa Fall, TJ Campbell, and Metin Tiran. That's your starting five. And what a five that is. Very, very impressive. No weak links, and so much talent to come off the bench as well for Türk Telekom. They really keep the pressure up for the full 40 minutes. Just moments away now from the opening tip here in the Ankara Arena, in a wonderful part of the world in Turkey. And before we get to business, just a reminder that the best way to keep up to date with all the Basketball Champions League action, keep up to date with everything that's going on with every team, as well as your favourite teams, as we look at Coach Goran there, is to download the Basketball Champions League app. It's available on Apple and Android, free to download, and you'll get a ton of stats and news and views, and for most of you, most importantly, some of those highlight clips as well. And my goodness me, have we been spoiled by the amount of highlights that this season's Basketball Champions League has produced. But get your phones out now, get that downloaded, follow the box score along with the game. It really does add to the viewing experience. A real indispensable guide to the Basketball Champions League. Make sure you get that official Basketball Champions League app downloaded now. Just moments away from the opening tip as the crowd are settling into their seats. Türk Telekom just giving high fives to people on the baseline. And as I said, this is game day 10 of 14. 5 games left for both these teams. Realistically, they're going to need a minimum of 8 wins, preferably 9 to make it through to the playoffs. At the moment, Lietkabelis sit on 4 wins, so they could need to win every game going forward. They certainly can't really afford to lose more than 1. That's for Türk Telekom. They're maybe just 2 wins away from securing their spot in the playoffs. But remember, they're going to work hard because they want a high seeding. That will help them when they get to the postseason. So for Türk Telekom, even if they get to a qualification stage early, they're going to want to make sure that they get a high seeding for those playoffs. Opening tip, and we're underway here in the Anchor Arena in Turkey. Game day 10, Group A of the Basketball Champions League, Türk Telekom against Lietkabelis. Campbell now finds Johnson. Johnson drives to the basket, wide open. Turan, and he opens things early. Poor perimeter defense from Lietkabelis, leaving Turan open, shooting 38% from the perimeter this season in the Basketball Champions League. Not a player you give space to there. Ball now goes into the low post. Back out. Nice pass inside. What move is he going to go to? And Martinez Sayas gets it away just in time before the shot clock expires. Foul now, double teamed out to RJ Hunter. He's off track, and Sakic pulls down the rebound. And that's interesting. Straight away, Mustafa Foul gets the ball in the low post, and they double down on him instantly. Some teams haven't, and they've paid the price for it. I think it's a smart move. Knocked away, Valinskas almost holds on to it. Comes to Sakic, 5 seconds. Sakic for three. Oh, and that's the confidence he's playing with. Absolute huge season for Željko Sakic. Gets himself off early here, hitting the three with the shot clock running down. Johnson now for Türk Telekom. Uses the screen from Foul. Turan looking to feed it inside, but has to come back out. Shot clock down to 3. Foul's going to have to do something with it. Fades away. That's not his favoured shot. He wants to get to the basket, but the defense was strong from Lietkabelis. Valinskas now to Sakic, back to Valinskas, and Lietkabelis are going to slow things down. They're quite happy to play a half-court offense. Aulius Valinskas now, oh, in and out, and Foul manages to just about scoop the ball back into the hands of Johnson. Going to draw the foul from Valinskas. Just put the Jets on and caught Valinskas on the back foot. And you just see that change of pace was enough. Saw that Valinskas wasn't ready. Valinskas just barges into him, but you see the upper body strength there from Johnson. Doesn't make him move at all. Pass inside to Campbell. Off the glass is no good, and Sakic scoops up another rebound. He really does do it all. He's averaging 7 rebounds per game as well. Oh, and the three from the corner. Lietkabelis with 2 early triples. Lipkevicius with that 3. He's shooting 37% this season from downtown. Hunter now into Foul. Foul trying to find something. The double team seems to have worked. He skipped it across to TJ Campbell. And there's your get out of jail from TJ Campbell. Drains the 3. Telekom were looking like they were struggling there. Dimsha now. Tries to feed Sayas. It's a poor pass. Dimsha's had a tough start to the game. RJ Hunter for 3. In and out for him, and Martinez Sayas with another big rebound. Dimsha, Sakic, mid-range 2, too heavy-handed. Put a rebound for Lietkabelis into the corner. Dimsha doesn't take it. Moves the ball round, and another triple. This time Valinskas. Unbelievable. 3 threes for Lietkabelis, 2 threes for Türk Telekom, and we're not even 4 minutes into the game. Hunter floats inside, feeds Foul. Foul fades away, but uses the glass well. Sakic now, nice skip past Dimsha, kicks it back out. Lipkevicius off target this time. Better defense from Türk Telekom, chasing shooters off the perimeter. TJ Campbell for 3. Oh, and another 3, and the arena is just ringing with string music from downtown. Both teams hitting 3 triples in under 5 minutes. What a great start to the game. Dimsha looks like he was hit, nothing called, but the rebound, I think, was pulled down by Lietkabelis. It's a sneaky reverse layup for 2. Türk Telekom so confident in their offense. RJ Hunter to Johnson on the back door, tries to poster Sias, but he stands his ground. In the end, it was good defense. Malinskas, nothing there. Sias battling hard, but outnumbered in the paint. He really is the only legitimate big man that Lietkabelis have on the floor at the moment. Foul now. And they're going to double down. They're going to fake double down. Skip TJ Campbell. Almost a complete replay of a previous play there. Campbell comes up short this time, though. Nick Johnson's not happy with the officials. Let's have a look. That's come off Johnson's hand. It's going to be a Lietkabelis ball as Dimsha goes to the bench. No real surprise. He's not had it going his way in the early stages of this one. And Magiris Normantas will come in his place. Sakic now, being guarded by Teran. Valinskas to Sakic. You thought he was going to release that one to Sias. Sias should have taken that shot. Johnson out of the races, barrels his way to the basket. Doesn't have a soft enough touch to finish. Normantas to the corner. Lietkabelis drains another 3. What are we seeing right now? Well, we're seeing an absolute shooting clinic from both teams in this first quarter. They're obviously intentionally targeting the perimeter to get their points. Both of them hit more 3s than 2s. And Lietkabelis away at the races, a little bit heavy on the pass, tries to throw it back. It's going to fall into the hands of RJ Hunter, though. He drives to the basket, throws it a foul. Soft hands from the big man for 2. What an entertaining first 6.5 minutes we've had here in Ankara. Sias fakes the long 2 just to draw Mustafa Foul away from the basket. He is their rim protector and it's tough to score. Close in. Valinskas hits a 3. This is just not ending as Lietkabelis take their total to 19, increasing their lead to 6. Under 3 minutes left in the first quarter now. Foul looking to spin. Hands all over him though from Martinez Sias. There's no real surprise. It's a tough task guarding someone, not just at the size of Mustafa Foul, but the range that he has on the offensive end. Drop step both ways. Can facilitate for other people. Sias is going to go to the bench as we see their new signing, Kuksix, come into the game. Baseline pass to TJ Campbell. He can't connect though. Wiltshires in as well for Türk Telekom, and he's going to get his first score of the game. And this is now a deadly duo in the front court for Türk Telekom. Carl Wiltshire and Mustafa Foul. Tough to find a better front court duo in the entire Basketball Champions League than those two gentlemen. Offensive foul is going to be called. I think that one's on Marius Valinskas, just pushing off the defender. The young guard. He's going to come out and Dimsha's going to come back in. Campbell now to Wiltshire. Wiltshire looking to back Dimsha down. Manages to create the disruption. RJ Hunter for 3! Another triple. This time Türk Telekom. That reduces Lietkabelis' lead to 1. Under 2 minutes to play in the first. Normantas now uses the Malduna screen to Sakic. Sakic looking to go to work against Wiltshire. Fades baseline. Draws the defense well into the corner. Lietkabelis for 3. That one's short, and Mustafa Foul's arms just seem to tower above everyone else on the defensive board. Corner jumper is good, and it's a smart play. No joy for Lietkabelis as Türk Telekom with that baseline jumper take a 1-point lead, and what a frenetic first quarter we've had. 1:04 left still in the first quarter. Surprised to see a timeout called at this stage. We're only a minute away from that quarter break, but obviously Coach Chanak wants to make the most of this final minute of the first quarter. Talking over with his team. Let's jump into his huddle and listen what he has to say. Always great to hear Queen rocking out around an arena of basketball. No different here in Ankara, but what a first 9 minutes of action we have had. It's been absolutely blistering and a real treat for the eyes of those basketball purists who enjoy a shooting show. Both these teams absolutely flying from range. All inside now to foul, and the foul is going to be called on Maldunas, and that's the problem they have. As soon as Mustafa Foul establishes low in the paint, and if Türk Telekom can get the pass to him quickly like they have here, you have real no other options but to foul. Edgay now comes back out. Wiltshire going to go to work. Good passing, good movement. Ball comes back out to Weigl. Inside to foul. Oh, he can't commit. Sorry, complete the and one. He's going to draw another foul. Wait to see who it's on. I think it's Normantas coming down. No, it's not. It's Cook 6. And it doesn't stop as we see Tashkarin come into the game for Türk Telekom, and this is part of how Türk Telekom get you. Their roster is deep, the talent continues a long way down the bench, and it's just talent after talent, and the pressure stays for the full 40 minutes. Val misses the first. He's only a 64% free throw shooter this season. Had some big games though, including 21-point, 14 rebound display against Strasbourg back in game day 7. That, however, was one of Türk Telekom's losses this season. We've not had many of them. Val's going to take a break. Well earned. Just over 9 minutes of action for him already. Oh, stolen away almost. Lietkabelis get it back, and the foul is going to be called on Carl Wiltshire, I think, as he was hustling hard to keep the pressure on. And I talked about it prior to the game. It's not what Türk Telekom are known for. They have the lowest number of turnovers forced on opponents in the entire Basketball Champions League. Less than 10 a game is what their opponents are averaging. Suggests maybe their on-ball defense isn't as pressured as it could be. Olajabi now trying to establish down low. It's good defense by Wiltshire. And Türk Telekom will look to take at least a 2, if not more, point lead into the end of the first quarter. Wiltshire with the screen for Weigl. Weigl, couple of shakes, crossover. Oh, nice little shake to lose Olajabi. Oh, and the fake. I don't think he released it in time, though. No, it's going to be waved away. Not quite quick enough. He pulled all the skills out. Look at the fake being bought by two Lietkabelis players, but now ball firmly in his hands at the end of the first quarter. So after 10 minutes here in Ankara, Türk Telekom lead by 2. Türk Telekom 21, Lietkabelis 19. Officials are just checking. I don't think it's going to take them very long to wave that one away. You'll see the hands wave it away. No basket given. But what an unbelievable first quarter we've had. You look at the home team, Türk Telekom, 4 from 7 from the perimeter. Lietkabelis, 5 from 9. Both teams have scored, well, Lietkabelis has scored more threes than twos. Türk Telekom has scored the same number of threes as twos. Just unbelievable shooting display from outside. Higher percentages from range than they have from twos or even free throws. Unbelievable show of shooting form here in the first 10 minutes. And at the end of that first quarter, TJ Campbell leads Türk Telekom. He's got 6 points, 2 assists. Mustafa Fall has 5 points, already 4 rebounds to his name. Just a man machine on the basketball floor, Mustafa Fall. As for Lietkabelis, their leading scorer is Vatensis Lipkovicius. 8 points, 2 rebounds to his name, and Palis Valinskas has 6 points as well. But what an enjoyable first 10 minutes of basketball here in the Ankara Arena. Maldunas hands it back to Olijabi. Won't take the 3. He knows that's not his strength, and Türk Telekom know that as well. Comes back out to Kuksix, who will shoot the 3. And the second quarter picks up exactly where the first one left off. Edgay now. Comes back out to Johnson. Screen set for him by Guan, but it's stripped away, and Maldunas brings the ball up for Lietkabelis. To Dimsha. Dimsha's fouled. That one's going to be called on Shafak Edgay. Easy one for the officials to call. Edgay just bought into the fact that he thought Dimsha was going to shoot the ball. Had to put his hand on him to retreat. Dimsha now trying to find a lane to the basket. Nice pass inside, and Maldunas is going to score. That gives Lietkabelis the lead back. Sorry, extends their lead out to 3 points now. 5-0 run to start the second quarter for Lietkabelis. Weigel back to Edgay, to Johnson. Catch and shoot for him. Short with that one. Rebound pulled down by Maldunas. Olijabi, little fake, little hesitation. Uses the pivot well, but the defense from Guan is good enough to stop that one. Oh, alley-oop! Jam for Nick Johnson. What vision from Weigel. Johnson may be slightly undersized, but he's got some springs in his legs. Floats up for the alley-oop. And that kind of play gets the crowd into it. You can see the songs now really starting to gather some momentum in the stands. Maldunas to Olijabi. Back to Maldunas, and they're struggling to get the ball to Dimsha. That's obviously the trigger for their offense. Olijabi with the ball, 4 seconds on the shot clock. What's he going to do? Goes to the basket. Strong is the answer to that question. Draws the foul from Wiltshire and earns himself a trip to the line. Coach Goran, no answers. Just asking why the call was made. It's not really the arm movements, it's the fact that he's moving sideways laterally to try and block out Olijabi. Can't add the bonus, but Maldunas battles hard with Guan. But it's come off, I think, the chest of Maldunas. So it's going to be a Türk Telekom ball. This is bubbling up lovely, this one. This could be a Basketball Champions League classic that we have on our hands here. Johnson now back to Guan, and it's almost stripped away. The hustle on the floor, and he's being tied up. Possession arrow points in favor of Türk Telekom. So they'll hold on to possession. But it will mean that Lietkabelis will either get the next jump ball possession or possession at the start of the second half. Good hustle from Lietkabelis. Johnson now to inbound, does so to Weigl. Back to Johnson. Johnson slashes to the basket. Lietkabelis sitting in a zone defense now by the looks of it. Comes out to Wiltshire. Wiltshire throws up a prayer with the shot clock running down. The rebounding battle. Oh, it's unbelievably won there by Kuksix. Just tries to rescue it and manages to get a pass inbounds to Olijabi. Wonderful hustle from the veteran. A new signing for Lietkabelis, Kuksix. The team replacing the departure of Sinovets. Olijabi tries to lob it, a little bit heavy-handed. Dimshi does hold on to the pass though. Baseline spin, move off the glass. And the pivot is just too strong for Nick Johnson. And that's Lietkabelis with a 5-point lead here in Ankara. As you'd expect, Coach Goran going to call a timeout. He needs to stop things because at the moment things are going all the way of Lietkabelis. Let's jump into his huddle, hear what he has to say.
Ya böylesin adamla kardeşim, bir dön şuraya ya. Muz, Egemen sor. Mami, elinizde her aldığınız topla bir saniye durursanız 50 defa yapın. Duruyorsunuz, süreci de geçemezsiniz. Vatan başlasın.
Great to see some young fans in the crowd, no doubt being inspired by their heroes on the floor. Who knows, we could see them in the Telecom jerseys of the future. That would be wonderful to see. But a little over 7 minutes to play in this second quarter. Lietkabelis have a 5-point lead, going against the form book. But as I said, Lietkabelis really have turned their season round in recent weeks. Weigl now for Türk Telekom inside to Foul. Back out to Johnson. To Wiltshire. Wiltshire looks to feed Foul in the low post. Back out to Wiltshire again. Drains the three. And the storm continues as it continues to rain here in the arena. Triple after triple for both these teams. Lietkabelis have nailed 6 threes. Türk Telekom have now got 5 to their name. Sayas looks to drive inside. Quick hands by Weigl, though, stripped it away. Going to draw the foul off Normantas. He's going to send Normantas, I think, to the bench. And Valinskas will come back into the action for Lietkabelis. Let's have a look. Yeah, easy call for the officials. Sideline ball for Türk Telekom. Sakic is back in the action as well for Lietkabelis. As is Mustafa Foul for Türk Telekom. Can't connect the and one play. Wonderful big man, little man game there between Mustafa Foul and Mohamed Weigl. Should really connect with that extra shot. He'll go to the line for 2 shots though, Beigel, and it's a near automatic. He's 89% so far this season from the free throw line. Had some massive performances as well. 20 points against Manresa, 21 points in the reverse of this fixture, along with 6 rebounds, 5 assists back on game day 3. As he connects with the first of his 2. As you hear the crowd chanting his name. And the second as well. And that ties the game up, 28 apiece, and Türk Telekom moving into a 2-2-1 zone press. Quickly broken, but you have a feeling the intention was never really to steal the ball away, just to slow Lietkabelis down. Sakic now, he hands it off to Valinskas, back to Sakic, long 2, off target. He's short with that one, and the rebound is won, I think, by Edgate. Johnson skips it, good ball movement. And Sayas is going to get called for the foul, I think, on Mustafa Foul. 13 foul of the quarter for Lietkabelis. Türk Telekom 3 team fouls as well. I imagine we're going to see some free throws in this quarter. We only saw 2 in that first quarter. It was such an up and down shootout. He didn't really get to the line. Almost stolen away. If Mustafa Foul wasn't 2 meters 18 tall, I don't think he would have held on to that one. 3-on-2 break, Sakic to the basket, and that is bread and butter for Željko Sakic. Edge now to Foul. He's going to go to work against Sayas. Double team comes down. Wiltshire for 3. Short and slightly off to the right. Valinskas looking to feed the low post. Manages just about to get it inside to Dimsha. Dimsha now skips it to Valinskas. Valinskas fakes the 3, fakes it again. Sakic will shoot the 3, but it was contested, so he comes up short. Into the final 5 minutes of this second quarter, and what a game we've had. An absolute honour to be able to commentate this one. Wiltshire back down. Oh, wonderful big man move. Old school, draw the contact and use the contact to spin yourself to the baseline and just float that soft right hand up. Sakic now. Valinskas back to Sakic, and the Lietkabelis are certainly patient and they move the ball exceptionally well. They're going to hold on to possession, but they'll only have 5 seconds left on their shot clock to do something with that possession. As we see TJ Campbell check back into the action. And out goes Shafak Edgate. Lietkabelis, I think, will inbound the ball here for Lietkabelis. Also to Sayas. Hands it to Sakic for 3. Oh, short with that one. I don't think Željko Sakic was expecting so much space. Johnson, long 2. Oh, ugly looking shot, but the basketball gods are shining down upon him. Oh, beautiful step back jumper from Paulius Valinskas. Starting to warm up nicely, Paulius Valinskas. He's up to 6 points personal now. Double team comes across to Foul, scoops the ball over the top of it. Wiltshire now, back to Campbell, inside to Wiltshire. He feeds it to Foul, surely it only ends one way. And that's with a big one-handed flush. Sakic inside, Sayas! It's going to be called, I think, on the ground, though. I think RJ Hunter committed the foul early enough. It's a smart move, really. The last thing RJ Hunter wants to be doing is battling a big man as strong as Martinez Sayas down in the paint. Wiltshire will head to the bench. 7 points, a board and a rebound to his name. Good quick ball movement. Valinskas fakes the three, steps inside. He's going to have to take a near impossible three and bricks it, but the rebound is picked up by Lietkabelis and swatted away by Foul. Seconds on the shot clock. Nick Johnson going to get called for the foul, just slightly asleep on the defensive end, overplaying Dimsha. But that seems to be a tactic that Coach Goran has put in there. He wants Dimsha hounded and chased off the ball. He doesn't want the ball in the hands of Thomas Dimsha, and I understand that. Dimsha really does have the ability to change games. Just his first season with Lietkabelis, averaging 12.7 points per game here in the Basketball Champions League, and unbelievably 47% from the perimeter. Connects with the second, reduces Türk Telekom's lead to just one, as we have a tiny amount over 3 minutes left here in this second quarter. Dimsha heads to the bench as Margiris Nomantis re-enters the action. Hunter now to Foul. Foul looking to back his way down. Manages to find RJ Hunter slashing. He's not happy. He's telling the officials he was fouled. I didn't see any contact myself. Lietkabelis now trying to get free. Manages to find Valinskas. He'll use the Sayers screen. Didn't really wait for it though and loses the handle. A little bit too frenetic there from Valinskas. Just needs to slow down. Play the team game. You had Sayers trying to set him one of those monster screens and he just wouldn't wait long enough for it to come across. Got a timeout called now. Let's jump into Coach Chanak's huddle. Let's listen to what he has to say. Couple of interesting statistics there. Türk Telekom massively leading the assists. And also only turning the ball over once so far in this game. That said, Lietkabelis have only turned it over 6 times, so they're not exactly being wasteful with their possessions. It's been a high efficiency, well executed game so far here in Ankara. And with 2:25 left in the first half, Türk Telekom hold a 3-point lead. Campbell now to Hunter. Foul sets the screen nice and high. Hunter for 3. He's up short. Valinskas will progress it over the half for Lietkabelis. Now into the hands of Lietkabelis. Lietkabelis struggling to move the ball as easy as they were. Now to Nomantis. Nomantis drives inside, tries to find the pass. And this is what Mustafa Foul does that the box score doesn't register. Nomantis was not going to take that shot while Mustafa Foul was standing in front of him. Foul's going to be called on the double team coming down, dropping down onto Mustafa Foul. Just wait to see who that one's on. Is it on Sayers? He's got his hand on his back, to be fair. Or is it on Lietkabelis? Going down and reaching in. Picked either of those, really. Maldunas will come back into the game. As Sayers goes to the bench. Hunter now. Finds Campbell. Into Foul. Foul's going to look to back down Maldunas here. Kicks it back out. Good quick ball movement by Türk Telekom. Absolute poetry on the perimeter. And the corner pocket three for RJ Hunter is good to go. Türk Telekom, biggest lead of the game for them, 6 points now, as we have a little over a minute to play in the first half. Possession is lost. Romantis is not happy. He's saying it was knocked away. Dimsha will come back into the game, and Lietkabelis will need to be careful. It might only be 1 more minute to play in this first half, but they need to focus all the way through to the half-time break, or this could be a double-digit lead for Türk Telekom. Teran advances it over the half. Not the most natural of point guards, Metin Teran. Johnson now inside to foul. Foul against Maldunas. And that is automatic money. For Mustafa, foul. You cannot let him get hold of the ball that deep in the paint. And it's now an 8-point lead for Türk Telekom. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Foul going to be called on RJ Hunter. He's frustrated. Let's have a look at the replay. Well, if the foul's not there on the swinging arm, it is on the palm of the hand on the back of Lietkabelis. Cannot rest that palm on the player. Have to put an arm bar onto him. Lietkabelis now at the line for 2 free throws. 92% from the free throw line. Vitanis Lietkabelis, such experience with this man here. Timeout's been called with 26.6 seconds left to play here in the first half. Presumably from Türk Telekom, as coach Irak Goran wants to draw something up, make the most of what's likely to be one of the final possessions of this first half. Let's listen to what he has to say and what he draws up.
Hey, we play whole side. Don't forget. Go to 10 seconds left. Go to try side. Okay. Try direct here. Move. Second screen. We go. If they switch, try to move. Okay. Hey. Hey. If there is a hedge here. If there is a hedge here.
Couldn't quite make out the play, and the difficulty you have, even that young man knows it, that you don't know who on Türk Telekom is going to be the focus. In most teams, you know who's the go-to guy in the clutch, but with this Türk Telekom team, it could be anyone. Plenty of young faces in the crowd. It's wonderful to see midweek basketball be enjoyed by everyone here in the arena. And here we go, the final 23 seconds, about a 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Lietkabelis may get another possession before the end of the half. Campbell now to Wiltshire, to Hunter, catch and shoot, 3! And there's straight off the playbook of Coach Goran. And RJ Hunter drains the triple. He's up to 11 points personal now. Sakic for 3! Oh, what a way to finish the first half! Željko Sakic banks home the 3. Wow, what a play from the veteran for Lietkabelis. The half has finished exactly how it's been throughout the game. A shooting display on par with some of the best. What a wonderful way to finish this first half. Just need to check that that basket was good from Željko Sakic. There's the 3 from RJ Hunter. Drains the 3, celebrates with the crowd. Let's look at the other end though. They're going to review it. That's not the 3 the officials want to look at, and you can see the smile on the TV operator's face. He knows they've got the wrong replay presumably from the OB truck coming into the screen. Let's look at this Sakic one. 1.2 seconds. Does he let go? Yes, he does. Half a second remaining. The basket will be good. And look at the swagger on Željko Sakic. What a huge, huge score. So important. Brings it back down to just a 6-point lead for Türk Telekom now. Wonderful play to finish off this first half from Željko Sakic. At the half, Türk Telekom 44, Lietkabelis 38. Here are your shooting statistics from that first half. As you can see, both teams shooting 50% or above from the three-point line. Not many free throws being taken, but no real surprise. They're not getting to the basket as often as you'd imagine. Rebounding battle being dominated by Lietkabelis. Unbelievably, Türk Telekom, no offensive rebounds in that first half. They do, however, have 15 assists, so some great team basketball being played by Türk Telekom. Here's your leading scorers. Hunter with 11, Foul with 9, Wiltshire with 7. That's Türk Telekom. Lipkovicius with 10, Valinskas with 8. For Lietkabelis at the end of the first 2 periods of play. And wow, what a first half we've had. Just absolute storming basketball from both teams. The first quarter started at a lightning pace, 3 after 3 after 3. Things might have slowed down since then, but I think you'll find at the halftime break, those last 2 plays really did sum up how this game has been played so far. It's been played from the perimeter, tons of three-point shooting going on. At the halftime break, RJ Hunter leads all scorers with 11 points, 3 assists as well to his name. Just behind him is Mustafa Foul. He has 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists and a block. As for Lietkabelis, Lipkovicius leads them, only player in double digits. He's on 10 points, 4 rebounds and a steal chalked up on the box score for him. And both Željko Sakic and Paulius Valinskas have 8 points apiece. They also have 2 rebounds apiece as well. What a first half we have had here in Ankara at the midpoint. Türk Telekom 44, Lietkabelis 38. We will be back with all the second half action shortly. Don't go anywhere. We are in for a stormer of a Basketball Champions League game here. What a rejection by Johnson.
As Martin goes the other way, lobs it up. Stone it is with the dunk.
Just now. Oh, wonderful pass and a wonderful finish. What a big, big play by Masulis. But it was the pass from Janovic that made it.
Tamir Platz. Puts up the little up fake guard, drives in and throws it down. 2 hands. Nimrod Levi with a big time play.
Backs off the curl. Oh, lovely pass. Stone throws it down. Tyler Stone with the finish.
Some better looks. They have 5 3-pointers now in the game as Cousins pulls up from the mid-range. Doesn't get to Sean Thomas. Goes in and cleans up with the throwdown.
Shimandini, watch out! Just to underline the point. But that lady Shimandini's looked for a while.
Misses the first, and they need to foul. They get it back for the three. Oh, it's good! The three is good! Marco Filippovi! That's why he was in the game. Zoltan Paul to make the two. Filippovi has made the three. Shots up by McFadden, short. And there's bodies flying everywhere. Ricky Lido ahead. Sokolowski behind the back for the throwdown. Still right, no good. Ball's loose. They get it back. Still, Angola to win it. That's extraordinary. That is incredible. Ostend, they are two ahead.
Welcome back to Ankara here in Turkey for game day 10. Group A, the Basketball Champions League. We're currently at the halfway point of the game between Türk Telekom and Lietkabelis. Türk Telekom hold a 6-point lead, 44-38 at the moment. Well, what a game these fans in the stands have been treated to so far. Absolutely unbelievable. Highlight play after highlight play in that first half. Türk Telekom be led by that man you just saw there previously, RJ Hunt. He's got 11 points, 3 assists. As for Lietkabelis, they're being led by Tennis Lipkovicius. He has 10 points, 4 rebounds. Zeljko Sakic had the killer play at the end of the first half. RJ Hunter thought he'd finish things off hitting a 3. Ball comes down the other end. Zeljko Sakic banks a 3 off the glass to finish the first half off. That man there taking his shooting shirt off. And he has been doing that all season for Lietkabelis. What a second half we have lined up in front of us here in Turkey. Make sure you stay with us for the duration of this one. You get a sneaky suspicion that this one could have overtime written on it, and if not, it might go all the way down to the wire and take a big play to take the win. Here we go then, second half action underway here in Ankara. Halfway through this one, Türk Telekom lead it 44-38 over Lietkabelis. Who's going to step up now? Valinska straight away. Oh, and it just carries on. The 3-point mission that Lietkabelis are on is unbelievable. They're 8 from 14 now from deep. Campbell back to Teran, to Hunter, into foul. Is anyone going to double down on him? You have a feeling they will if he puts the ball on the floor. Where's the double going to come from? It's going to be a triple team, in fact. It's out to Teran. He's short with the 3, and I think that's a smart double. The other option was for the defender guarding RJ Hunter to come across. You'd rather give Teran the shot than Hunter. Valinskas now. Waits for the Sayas screen, comes around it, has it knocked away though. That's great hands by TJ Campbell. Hunter comes back out to foul to Teran. Lietkabelis re-established their defense now. Into foul. Foul skips it to Campbell. Campbell wide open for 3, in and out with that attempt. Lietkabelis grabbed the rebound. A slow start in the first 90 seconds of this one for Türk Telekom. Lipkovicius takes a shot to the face, and RJ Hunter's not backing down off him. RJ Hunter's one of those players that will take the battle to you constantly. As we see him try to steal the ball, he's going to strip it away. Instead, just catches Lipkovicius full in the face. Valinskas now to Lipkovicius, doesn't take the 3. Comes back to Sayas. Elbow jumper is good for the big man. Martina Sayas might not be the headline act for Lietkabelis, but he is the absolute cornerstone of everything they do that is good. Mustafa foul now. Trying to back his way to the basket, and Sayas is holding his ground. I think that one's going to be penciled. Is it to Sakic or is it going to be Sayas? Yeah, Zeljko Sakic is going to get called for that one as he steps in and just reaches in. You see him double down and try to help as soon as the ball goes on the floor. Just waiting for Nick Johnson to get his laces tied. And it'll be a baseline ball for Türk Telekom. 14 seconds on the shot clock for them to work with. RJ Hunter, catch and shoot. And he is fouled straight away by Lipkovicius and earns himself a trip to the charity stripe. And behind Carl Wiltshire, RJ Hunter is the second top scorer in the Basketball Champions League this season for Türk Telekom, averaging just under 15 points a game. Remember, he comes with a huge amount of pedigree. He's drafted 28th in a 2015 NBA draft. Boston took his rights. His godfather is Ron Harper, 5 times NBA champion, so you don't get much better pedigree than that, and you can see it in the way that he plays as he strips it away and floats for the two-handed jam, and he plays with such passion and intensity. You can see what it means to him. He loves playing hard basketball, and the fans appreciate the energy, the effort, and the heart that he puts onto the hardwood. Dimsha now to Sakic. Sakic trying to find options, instead throws it away, and Türk Telekom are starting to get some momentum now. TJ Campbell drives all the way along the baseline. RJ Hunter, catch and shoot! Quick scores for RJ Hunter, and things have opened up. An 8-point lead for Türk Telekom now. 51-43, 7:13 left in the third quarter. Timeout called by Coach Chanak for Lietkabelis. Let's make our way down into his huddle. Let's see what he has to say. Timeout from Coach Chanak there. He's seen his team absolutely ravaged by that man, RJ Hunter. He scores points in a hurry, has done all season. Up to 18 points now, RJ Hunter. 20 efficiency rating. Really does do so much for this Türk Telekom team. Haven't had a double-digit lead yet in this game, either team. Türk Telekom have led by 9, Lietkabelis by 6. Is that about to change? Türk Telekom feel like they're in the ascendancy at the moment, close to wrestling control of the game away from Lietkabelis. Sakic now. Good quick ball movement to Valinskas. Shot clock to 6. Dimsha for 3. He's off left with that one, but 3 Lietkabelis players for the rebound. Sakic, oh, he was open for the 3. Decides against it, though. He knows he has time to take Terran to the basket. Spin move, and that's almost a signature move from Jelko Sakic. Wonderful play. Real heads-up, high IQ play there from Sakic. Foul now, trying to battle his way to the basket against Sayas. It comes out to Terran. Shot clock at 5. What can Johnson do? Step back, long 2. He's short. Dimsha floats through the air to scoop the rebound off the iron. Lietkabelis is fouled by Johnson. It's going to be on the floor, though. Johnson trying to chase Lietkabelis off the three-point line, and no real surprise. He's 2 from 3 from the perimeter so far this evening. Third foul of the quarter for Türk Telekom. Still over 6 minutes to play, so again, we might see some free throws chalked up in the closing stages of this quarter. Sayas now to Lietkabelis. To Sakic for 3. Oh, string music from Sakic now. And when you think Türk Telekom are going to pull themselves away and open the gap up in this game, Lietkabelis come back into it. Hunter for 3, he's short. Rebound for Lietkabelis. Down to just a 3-point lead for Türk Telekom now. Into the hands of Sakic. Good ball movement. Is it Sakic time? No, not this time. Comes up short. The rebound is hustled by Lietkabelis. And it's going to be a Türk Telekom ball, and you'd have put money on Sakic hitting the shot from the corner. Kuksic comes into the game for Lietkabelis now for Lietkabelis. Hunter to Wiltshire, fakes the three, steps in, long range two off the glass is good, and that's an old school move from Kyle Wiltshire. Sakic into the corner. Oh, and that is one of the reasons they've signed him. Kuksic drains the three. Provides even more outside threat for Lietkabelis if that is possible. Just a 2-point lead now for Türk Telekom. Hunter for three. Just didn't look balanced when he let go of that one. Always difficult to nail a shot when you don't have your body balanced. Balinskas waving players away. Wants to feed Sakic in the post to Sayas. Sayas way too short with the right-hand hook shot. Türk Telekom regain possession. Oh, do they? Oh, they do. Almost stolen away, though, by Kuksic. There's the pass. And he gets into the passing lane, but Wiltshire's done just enough to seal the body out. As RJ Hunter goes to the bench, and absolutely huge performance from him. 18 points and 4 assists, as well as 2 steals for RJ Hunter. Wiltshire now going to back his way to the basket. Comes out to Johnson. To Beigel. Beigel, little pump fake jumper is no good. Kuksic brings the rebound down. Two-point ball game, 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Into Sayas. Wonderful pick and roll. Sayas times his roll to the basket with perfection. And the pass is there for him to finish with the one hand. Foul now. Backing his way down against Sayas. Oh, real big cross-court pass to Wiltshire, and Wiltshire nails the three. If there's any young people out there that want to see how to shoot the three, and you want to watch this game because it's been an absolute masterclass so far. Dimsha trying to back his way to the basket against TJ Campbell. Campbell giving up pretty much 20 centimeters on Dimsha. And that is the problem that TJ Campbell faces, and has faced his whole career, to be fair. Hasn't limited him, though. He's played in Australia, in Turkey, in France, in the US. Oh, strong move to the basket from Normantas. Spin move, and Nick Johnson almost spins himself out of his own shoes. Wiltshire for another three. That was a deep one this time, though, and couldn't get it to connect. Wiltshire trying to battle his way to the basket. Backing his way down against Johnson. Kicks it out, and the three is good again. This time it's Margiris Normantis. And you can see how much Coach Chanak enjoyed that three. And timeout has been called as Lietkabelis take the lead on the back of that three. And you can feel slightly in the crowd they're rocked. Let's listen to Coach Golan's timeout now.
Make good selection on the offensive side. And please, get back. Find the extra passes. One side, DJ. Hey, let's wake up. Let's wake up.
a wonderful pass to Sayas for the finish. And when you thought Türk Telekom would just start to get on top of this game, as the format would have suggested, Lietkabelis have just found another level of scrappy on the defensive end and finesse on the offensive end. And once again, Lietkabelis take the lead. They will not go away. It really is a Jekyll and Hyde season for Lietkabelis so far. They lost their first 4 games, then won the next 3. If it wasn't for the loss against Sassari in game day 8, they'd currently be on a 5-game winning streak, unbelievably, after losing the first 4. Campbell now comes back to Beigel. Back out to Campbell. Back to Beigel. Little fake inside. Oh, wow. Selkic bought that, and the pass falls inside. Mustafa foul, and that is money in the bank when that man picks the ball up that close to the basket, and we have a tied ball game on our hands. 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The 3 is no good this time, and Wiltshire, under pressure from Sakic, pulls down the rebound. Foul is going to be called. Wait to see who that's on. I think it's on Hook 6. Yeah, it is just a blocking foul. It's always a tough one to take as a player, because you kind of feel you're standing your ground as we see Valinskas come back into the action. And Dimsha head to the bench for a well-earned rest. It's one of those players that seems to take a bit of time to get into a game, to warm up. Campbell skips it to Beigel now. Beigel drives the baseline, tries to find foul, and it does eventually off the legs of Sakic out to Wiltshire. Another 3 for the big man. That puts him up to 3 triples. 50% from the 3-point line. Kyle Wiltshire, 15 points in the game. Another big night for the American. Sakic, good ball movement. Valinskas drives inside, puts the teardrop up for 2. Now Türk Telekom going to go a 2-for-1 situation here in the final 30-odd seconds. It doesn't look like it. They're going to run their usual offense. DJ Campbell inside, hands it off to foul. It's stolen away, but it looks like Normanta steps out of bounds, so the ball's going to be returned to Türk Telekom on the baseline. Teran will come in for Mustafa foul, as will Lipkovicius for Sakic. Smart move by both coaches, take key men out, give them the extra breather over the quarter break. 10 seconds on the shot clock now for Türk Telekom. Johnson almost has it stolen away. Eigel's going to be fouled. Lietkabelis have got the foul to give, though. They're not in the bonus yet, so it's a smart foul, really, from Normantas. Real heads-up play. He's, however, going to reset the shot clock to 14. Does mean Lietkabelis should have at least 6 seconds to play with when they get possession back, if they get possession back. Beigel now wants to hand the ball off to Campbell, gets it back. Wiltshire working hard. Beigel will shoot the 3. Clangs off the back of the iron and out, but Türk Telekom get the rebound. What are they going to do? 4 seconds to go. Johnson to the basket. Beigel fakes, shoots, drains the 3 and gets the crowd on their feet here in Ankara. A wonderful way for them to finish the quarter. Lietkabelis hit buzzer beaters in quarter 1 and quarter 2. Türk Telekom drain the 3 to finish things off in quarter 3. Wonderful play, wonderful patience by Beigel. And how big will that score be? When it comes to the final buzzer, it could be absolutely critical. Smart heads-up play by Mohamed Beigel. At the end of 3 quarters here in Ankara, Türk Telekom 64, Lietkabelis 60. are some of the highlights from another blistering quarter of basketball. Wonderful European basketball here. An advert for the game for sure. The Basketball Champions League is a wonderful competition, and this is shaping to be one of the better games, if not just this season, maybe in the entire tournament history. Both teams really laying it on the line, showing exactly how much the Basketball Champions League means to them, and RJ Hunter really took ownership of that quarter. Plenty of action for him, but Lietkabelis refused to go away. They outscored Türk Telekom 22-20 in that quarter. And here we go, 10 minutes to play here in Ankara, and a critical match on the line. The game is up for grabs. Who will take it? Wiltshire will shoot the three. He's shot 50% this evening so far, so you'd have put money on that dropping. Instead, Lietkabelis grabbed the rebound. Maldunas sets the screen. Good quick ball movement. Sakic now inside, trying to find some space. Comes back out into Normantas' hands. The back of the iron, chews it up and spits it out. Weigel now to Wiltshire. Wiltshire inside, floats in. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Maldunas. I'm presuming on Maldunas. No one reaching in there. So Carl Wiltshire will head to the line for 2 shots. 88% free throw shooter prior to this evening's game, Carl Wiltshire. Not the man you want to send to the free throw line, really. It's like giving the commentators curse on the first. Walks away to reapproach it. 15 points to his name so far. 3 from 7 from outside. 3 rebounds, 2 assists as well. Making damage on the scoreboard this evening. He's extended Türk Telekom's lead to 5 now. Normantas slows things down for Lietkabelis. Maldunas with the screen. Duran almost knocks it away, but can only knock it out of bounds. 7 seconds left on the shot clock for Lietkabelis. I think it's fair to say Normantas got the frowny face from the official. Valinskas now, what's he going to do? 5 seconds ago, he's got the mismatch he wanted. Oh, a big step back 3 is off target. The rebound is going to be won by Türk Telekom. Weigel now with the Jets on. Oh, and he's blocked by Maldunas. Wiltshire is going to get blown for the foul, though. Normantas will go to the bench for Lietkabelis as Dimsha comes back in, and these are the kind of moments that Thomas Dimsha absolutely loves. There's the rejection from Maldunas, tracked Weigel perfectly there. Valinskas now. Oh, and the shot goes up, is no good from Maldunas, and the defense there from Türk Telekom really putting a mockers on what Lietkabelis were trying to achieve. Wiltshire now hands it off to Campbell. Campbell feeds Wiltshire in the low post, and the soft shot from Carl Wiltshire finds the bottom of the bucket. And Türk Telekom's lead back up to 7 again. Do they have enough to close this game out? Let's see what the call is. Is it? Yeah, it's going to be on Nick Johnson. Once as he's chasing round the Sakic screen, and he's got hands on him and pulling on him. To draw the foul from Sakic. He's a wily old dog, that man, Jelko Sakic. Valinskas inside, floater, right hand, good to go. And this is what Lietkabelis have done throughout the entire game. Every time Türk Telekom feel like they're getting a little bit of breathing space, Lietkabelis comes straight back at them, aggressive to the basket to chalk down some of that deficit. Wiltshire now. Running right-hand hook. Carl Wiltshire has opened up the old school playbook. 1980s way to play the game. But hey, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Foul's going to be called this time. Plenty of shrugging shoulders from Türk Telekom. They need to be careful. He's getting a final warning, Carl Wiltshire. Let's have a look. I presume it's the trailing arm. Wiltshire catching Maldunas. Second team foul of the quarter on Türk Telekom. And smart move, really, by Coach Goran. Going to take Carl Wiltshire out of the game. He needs to lower that intensity. It's going to cost him a technical foul, if not. And to be fair, bringing Mustafa Foul into the action isn't exactly a bad thing to do if you're the head coach of Türk Telekom. That's a fourth foul on Carl Wiltshire as well. Even more reason for him to take a seat on the bench. Valinskas now. Going to use the Sakic screen. Going to use it again, I think. Trying to create a mismatch. Valinskas for three! Off target though. Oh, on the rebound by Beigel, and he's landed hard on the floor on his backside. I think he's all right though. One of those horrible moments that maybe you could damage a coccyx landing like that. Let's have a look at the rebound again. Oh, and if anything, it's Mustafa Foul that's clotheslined him as he's gone for the rebound. Oh, that could have been exceptionally painful. Coccyx comes into the game for Lietkabelis. Seven-point lead now for Türk Telekom. Remember, they haven't had a double-digit lead in the game. That really would be maybe a bit of a psychological damage for Lietkabelis. And there is their 10-point lead now on the back of the three for Metin Telan. Just under 6.5 minutes to play. How much psychological damage will that do to Lietkabelis? They're down by 10 for the first time. Let's jump into the Lietkabelis timeout. Let's see what Coach Chanak has got up his sleeve to fight back into this one. Wonderful atmosphere in the arena. Fans really getting behind their team now, young and old. Definitely in this one, making themselves heard, making the difference. The sixth man for Türk Telekom in the stands. Valinskas now. Will he be a piece of the puzzle for another comeback from Lietkabelis? Coccyx. Six seconds on the shot clock. Coccyx puts up the jumper. It was rushed. It didn't look good, and this really is going to be how Türk Telekom seal this one out now for me. Can they keep the intensity on the defensive end? The offense will flow. It will happen for them. You have that feeling. But can they lock Lietkabelis out of the game defensively? If Mustafa Foul has anything to do with it, they will. That basket's waved away. Foul's going to be called on the floor. And he's got his hand on his back for most of it. All right, cool. Esaias gets chalked up for the foul. Zelko Sakic goes to the bench. I won't imagine he'll be there long as Lietkabelis comes in. Johnson now puts the brakes on. Back to Beigel. Beigel fakes the three, looks to drive inside, has it knocked away. Who's coming away with it? Beigel will never be found wanting for passion, heart and hustle. Just maybe a little bit of a lack of composure in that situation. Yeah, just loses the handle. Throws himself on the hardwood for it, though, and almost wipes out Dimsha. Officials call a foot violation on Weigl. The sideline ball now for Lietkabelis. Lietkabelis now to Valinskas. Dimsha, screen comes up from Sayas, nothing there. Now it's back to Sayas, but Sayas looks like he was put off maybe by the retreating foul. Can't come up with the score, and the Lietkabelis offense is starting to stall slightly, which is a big worry when you're playing a team of the quality of Türk Telekom. Mustafa foul now. Foul's going to be called on Sayas. I agree there to a certain degree with Sayas. If the play had carried on and Sayas hadn't pushed him, I'm giving a hooking violation against Mustafa foul, but I think the first foul is on Sayas. Is it a block there, in fact, from Mustafa foul? Let's have a look at the replay. I'm not sure if it is. It might be, though. Tough to see on the replays. Johnson for Weigl for three. Oh, and he hits a big three. And Mohamed Weigl has seemed to hit big shots just at the perfect moments in this game. He might not be one of the headline names. He might not be on all the posters. But Mohamed Weigl really is integral to what Türk Telekom do. The long shot is no good for Lietkabelis. It's going to fall, I think, into the hands of Lietkabelis, though, after Türk Telekom failed to control the defensive glass. Baseline ball for the men in maroon. As Valinskas heads to the bench. Normantas is back in. I imagine we're going to see Željko Sakic shortly. Normantas hesitation, tries to pass it inside, instead throws it away and fouls Weigl. Not a great reintroduction to the game, turning the ball over and then fouling. Needs to be careful that it's not going to be considered an unsportsmanlike foul as well. 4:28 left on the clock here in Ankara. Türk Telekom seem to have taken control of this game, much to the joy of the fans that have come out for some wonderful midweek European basketball. Timeout has been called. Let's go straight into Coach Chanak's huddle and see if he's able to rustle up what will be a big, big comeback. A real crunch moment in the game now, and I'm surprised we've not seen Sakic come back out. I appreciate you might want to keep some energy for the final 2 or so minutes, but you're going to have to get yourself back into this game to make those 2 or so minutes mean anything. And at the moment, they're not, as Weigl is at the line for 2 free throws. Represented the national team at a junior level. He's in his first season with Türk Telekom, really establishing himself in the rotation well, though, Mohamed Weigl. Connects with the first. Game high lead now for Türk Telekom, 14 points. He misses a second, and Lietkabelis really need to kick-start their offense. It has become very stagnant, if not stationary. Inside, Sayas is fouled by Mustafa foul. Sayas will earn himself a trip to the line. It's not necessarily a bad foul by Mustafa foul. Such a daunting task for any team that play Türk Telekom. When you look at the paint and you just see this towering body, and not just a body, but one of the highest skilled big men in the Basketball Champions League, just staring back at you. Tough to beat. Lietkabelis have done a very good job this evening, though. Sias hits the second, reduces it to just a 13-point game now. DJ Campbell, Teran. And you can see that Türk Telekom are now starting to manage the clock a little bit more. Teran for three. Oh, and could that be a nail in the coffin? Potentially it could. It's a 16-point lead now for Türk Telekom. We have less than 4 minutes to play. Surely that's too much to ask of Lietkabelis. Normantas. Oh, and he hits the three. Almost just to shut me up. Mid-sentence, drains the three. We're going to have to hit 2 or 3 of those in quick succession, though, to open this game back into a contest. Weigl to foul. Feeds it off to Campbell. Double dribble's going to be called on TJ Campbell. It's a good start for Lietkabelis. Lietkabelis now puts it into Normantas. Finds it to the wing, and there we go. There's 2 in a row. Kuksix has come in and had a wonderful first Basketball Champions League game in the maroon of Lietkabelis. And what an impact he has had already. His coach Goran is forced into calling a timeout, because what was a comprehensive lead for Türk Telekom is now down to just 10 points with a little over 3 minutes to play. Let's jump into this Turkish huddle. I think you can question the intensity of Coach Virat Goran. Puts it all on the line week after week. He knows that he has an opportunity to take this team a long, long way in the Basketball Champions League, and he doesn't want these little complacency, these little slips to impact that journey that could see them make it all the way to the Final Fours. 10-point lead, under 3 to play. Can Lietkabelis do the improbable and come back into this game yet again? Foul now in the low post. Needs to be careful with that weak hand that he's not hooking. And the 3 is way off target. Come back out to Lietkabelis into Kuksix, and he's hit another 3. Back-to-back 3s for the veteran. What a signing he could be for Lietkabelis. He's taken his personal tally now up to 12. 4 from 5 from outside. Wonderful shooting performance from him. And it's only a 7-point lead. You can see what that means. The pure silence that there is in the arena now. Wilcher manages to get the better of Lietkabelis. He really did show him too much at the baseline. Back up to a 9-point lead. 2 minutes to play. Lietkabelis need to be near perfect on both ends of the floor. Kuksix off target this time. Rebound falls into the hands. TJ Campbell, he is a smart man. He's going to slow things down. Manage the clock in this game is Türk Telekom's. This is all about IQ now. They don't need to necessarily score anymore. They just need to run clock, and a silly mistake. Gives it up to Kuksix. Tries the Euro step. Manages just to run into Weigl. Dimsha with the big man post. Floats it over the top of Mustafa Foul. 90 seconds left now. 7-point lead for Türk Telekom. Double team comes across. Skipped out to Campbell. Still Türk Telekom's to throw away, really. Johnson now waits for the foul screen. Goes to Wiltshire. Wiltshire looking to drive inside, and it's stolen by Lietkabelis. And TJ Campbell fouls him, going the other way, and you can see how cross head coach Goran for Türk Telekom is. His team have let Lietkabelis back into this one. It's not so long ago they had a 16-point lead, and that now could be down to 5 points. If they can convert both free throws from the line, Lietkabelis at the line. Connects with the first. Second season in the BCL for Lietkabelis, and he's one of those players that might not be big numbers every game, but sometimes he pops up in the absolute prime moments. Misses the extra one though, the second, and it's into the hands of Campbell. 1 minute left to play. 6-point lead for Türk Telekom. Wiltshire battling his way to the basket. Basket's been given. Continuation as Sakic fouls Wiltshire. Let's have a look. To be fair, the foul is there. He's got his hands all over him. They're going to give a continuation though, and that really is heartbreak for all Lietkabelis. Mustafa Fowl heads to the bench. That's probably the last we're going to see of him this evening, unless something goes drastically wrong. RJ Hunter back into the action. Wiltshire at the line to try and convert the bonus for this 3-point play, and does so. Back out to a 9-point lead. Bimsha now. Trying to shake and fake and create space. Goes inside. Right hand is soft, and they score. A baseline ball off that. Some silly shenanigans. Johnson now, stolen away, passed back, Lietkabelis, Kuksic, off target, and the foul, I'm not sure he's called on. Lietkabelis needs to crank it down a few levels. He's been having a bit of a back and forth with Hunter for most of the game. Seems to be boiling over now. Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, to be fair, Beigel did grab Lietkabelis by the head. I can understand why he's frustrated, but he has to be a little bit calmer, otherwise he will kill his team's chances of getting back into the game. Wait to see what the call is. I think the officials want to come together to have a conversation about the decision. They're telling both teams to go into their halves, almost like boxers in the ring. Go to the corners, guys. Let's have a chat so we can work this one out. No doubt they'll come to a consensus and we'll have a decision off it. It could be a big decision. It's only a 7-point ball game, over 40 seconds to play. If it goes against Lietkabelis, it's tough to see a way back into this game. If it goes their way, it could be blown wide open again. See the officials and see what they're giving. Still want a bit more of a conference between the officials. Critical point, not just in the game, but potentially the season. Looks like Lietkabelis, is he being called for an unsportsmanlike or some form of foul, but they're going to review. So we have the Pink Panther music being played out in the arena. Quite like that. It's very apt for when the officials are reviewing plays, I think. It's almost like they're being detectives. I'm not saying they're anything like Inspector Clouseau, though. I want to make that clear. Watching the replays to see what's happened. Beigel gets the rebound. Lietkabelis comes through. You could call the foul there, but you've also got to have a look at the contact that Beigel makes on Lietkabelis. He does grab his head. Not necessarily, and certainly not a play at the ball. Let's see what the call is. Foul is going to go on number 10. I think there's going to be another call as well that we can't see. Can't see it on the screen. I think an unsportsmanlike foul might have been called on Mohamed Beigel as well, so Weigl will weirdly go to the line for 2 shots. That's on the regular foul that Lietkabelis has been called for. And it will flip to the other end, I think, and Lietkabelis will get their chance at the free throw line as well. Next with both, and it's back up to a 9-point lead now for Türk Telekom. It's still not too far for Lietkabelis. It's a bit tougher. 40 seconds to play still. Taking the opportunity to draw something up with Dimsha. Lietkabelis at the line for 2. And the noise and the wolf whistles blowing around the crowd, but you can see what a kicking he's taken. You just have to look at the mark on his neck. Exactly what happened to him in that collision. Connects with both, and it will be possession. Look at the scratch across his neck. Absolutely, it should be an unsportsmanlike foul if that's what's the outcome of the foul from Weigl. Sideline ball for Lietkabelis now. They trail by 7, 40 seconds to play. Hoopsix. Can't get the 2 to go, but the tip is good from Lietkabelis, and he continues to be a thorn in the side for Türk Telekom. Ball inbound to Johnson. He breaks through the press, gets it up over the half, and is fouled by Valinskas. That's going to send Johnson to the line for 2 shots. Johnson now with a chance really to seal things out. Hits the first. Takes it back up to 6 points. Still only a 2-possession game. This second one really is critical. Can he extend it out to a 3-possession game? That really is a game changer. Nails the second as well. Puts so much pressure on Lietkabelis now. They've not just got to score, they've got to score in a hurry. Valinskas gets to the basket, gets the 2. They're going to have to foul again, though. They're taking too long to foul. The clock is being burnt away. Wiltshire looks like he's going to finish it off. Gives a stare down. I think it was to Sakic. 7-point lead now for Türk Telekom. Lietkabelis drives inside, gets knocked away, and that surely is all we're going to have here this evening. You can see RJ Hunter starting to celebrate, puts his hands up high, and they have been made to earn every single piece of this win. This has not been a walk in the park for Türk Telekom. They have battled mind, body and soul here this evening against a very impressive fight from Lietkabelis. Lietkabelis heads to the bench. In comes Maldunas now. Just 1.9 seconds remaining as Weigl goes to the line for 2 free throws. Next with the first. And the second. RJ Hunter heads to the bench. His work for the evening is done. Ball will be inbounded, but that's all she wrote here in Ankara. What another wonderful night of Basketball Champions League action at the final buzzer. We have a clear winner, Türk Telekom 92, Lietkabelis 83. What a game we have had here this evening in Ankara. The fans have been treated to a wonderful game of European basketball. There's your shooting percentages. Unbelievable from the perimeter. So close as well. 14 from 29, 14 from 28. Türk Telekom against Lietkabelis respectively. Anytime you see a game where both teams are almost shooting 50% from outside, you're in for a treat. Türk Telekom 27 assists. Wonderful night of team basketball for them. And a wonderful night because they'll come away with the win. Here are your top scorers. Wiltshire 27, Hunter 18, Beigel with 15. That's Turk Telekom. 17 for Valinskas, 15 for Lipkevicius, and 13 for Jelko Sakic. That chalks up all you need to know about the offensive production for Lietkabelis. But what a game we had. And it continued in the same vein for the entire 40 minutes. Things did not change. It was a lights-out shooting show from both teams, as we see the fans getting some selfies with Mustafa Fall. Don't know if you need some kind of selfie stick or something like that, or some kind of angle to be able to get you and a guy the size of Mustafa Fall in the same photo. But what a game we have had. No wonder the fans want some photos with the players. It has been an absolute masterclass, a real example of fine European basketball. So Turk Telekom might walk away 9-point winners. It's on the back of 27 points from Kyle Wiltshire, along with 4 rebounds, 2 assists as well. Also in double digits, RJ Hunter got 18 points, 4 assists. Mohamed Beigel had 15 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. And Mustafa Fall with 11 points, 5 rebounds and 6 assists. So many names to call out for Turk Telekom. A great example of team basketball for Lietkabelis. They just fell short, but there's promising signs that their chances of BCL qualification aren't dead yet. They have the chance to still qualify for the playoffs. This evening, Valinskas led them offensively, 17 points for him. Just behind him is Lipkevicius with 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Also in double digits, Sakic had 13 points. And their new signing, Kuksic, had 12 points as well. All of those coming from outside, so he's going to be a great addition for their perimeter game for the rest of the season. But what a game we've had here this evening. Both these teams putting on a real show for us in what is a crucial game. Game day 10 of 14, remember, of the Basketball Champions League. These teams now will look to move on to next week. Game day 11 for Turk Telekom. They'll be back here in Ankara, taking on Manresa on Wednesday. As for Lietkabelis, they'll travel back home and take on Oostend on the Tuesday. Big games. And at the moment, it looks like Turk Telekom will be finishing near the top of the table at the end of game day 10 in Group A. As for Lietkabelis, who knows? They'll still be out of those top 4 spots, that's for sure. But how far will they drop down will depend on other results from around Europe that are taking place here this evening as we catch some of the final highlights of this game. But what a game we've had. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate on it. I'm sure you guys have enjoyed watching every last second of it. It hasn't slowed down. It hasn't disappointed for the entire 40 minutes. We were kept on the edge of our seats. Real close game. And Turk Telekom come out deserved winners in this one. They really do. They've had a wonderful game. As you can see, it bumps them to the top of the table at the moment. We're waiting for other results to come in to see if they stay there. For Lietkabelis, they stay in 5th place at the moment. But that's all we have for you here at the Ankara Arena here in Turkey at the end of game day 10. Turk Telekom have come away with a well-deserved win. 92 to Turk Telekom, 83 to Lietkabelis. Thank you so much for joining me here. Basketball Champions League action never disappoints, and we'll be back with more in the future.